Hello and welcome to Coping with Donald. It is 4:12 in the afternoon of January 9th, 2026, and we can't not talk about it. We have to talk about the Minnesota shooting where an ICE member, not they, everybody likes to say they, no, an ICE member shot to death a woman, a mother, single mother, shot her 3 times in the face. Yeah, the one in the vehicle that then crashed into another vehicle. I want to talk about that for a minute, and I'm sure this has been said before, but I want you to think precisely about what happened. What I saw when I watched that video is that the woman was waving people through, so then she would turn. I do that myself. And the reason I do that myself, especially when I'm in a parking lot, is if you're pulled up to a parking space and you're going to make a right-hand turn into a parking space, if somebody is coming the other way, I can't get into that parking space because you have to swing out to the left to then turn into the parking space. Okay? If you look at the woman as the man approaches to grab her door and reach in, he's probably scaring her half to death, and in the end, for good reason. And that vehicle backs up about 2 feet. And then she turns the tires to the right. The officer that winds up shooting her is right in front of her in the left front corner. I don't believe that she wished any harm upon him. Now, was she listening to them when they were saying, get out of the vehicle? No, because she was scared to death, which these people do to everybody on a daily basis now. Citizen or not, black or white or not, everybody. They are not our friends. Some people can think maybe some of the police are our friends. I don't think the ICE agents are anybody's friend. Okay? So she backs up 2 feet, starts to make her right turn, and the man shoots her 3 times in the face. The vehicle did not touch him or injure him. Okay? Well, I don't know if it touched him or not, but I don't think it did. He was not injured. He's fine. Oh, he's fine. I'm going to get off the subject just for a second. It reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer's father had written a book after Jeffrey Dahmer, the noted killer and cannibal, was arrested. And he said what happened was a police officer called him and said there was a problem. We need you to come down. We need you to talk with us. And the father said, is Jeffrey okay? And the policeman said, oh, Jeffrey's just fine. Kind of like this policeman. So he shot at her as she was trying to get the hell out of there. She backed up to make the right turn to get out of there. Not to charge any. She could have stepped on the accelerator and knocked this guy over. She could have, but she didn't. So I want you to think of something. This is going to be a very tough assignment, and it's similar to what the actor Matthew McConaughey said to a jury when he's defending Samuel L. Brown in a movie about the law. He's his attorney. And this is how he defends Samuel L. Brown, in essence. But I want you to think of not the woman, but the man who shoots her. And I want you to be really honest with yourself. And I know there's also a part of this which has to do with orders. She was being ordered to get out of the car. We'll get to that in a second. Imagine for a second that this man was just wearing plain clothes, which he basically is. A lot of them have blue jeans on. So they're wearing plain clothes. They have silly vests that you could buy anywhere. They say, oh, government. You know, probably in an Army Navy store or something. They wear masks. I mean, we all know they're ICE. We all know that they're not individuals out there, because they always move in big groups. But you have this man in regular clothes, and imagine for 1 second that that man was black. What would happen to that man? I do know that that man would not be talked about by President Trump as, oh, the poor man, we think he's hurting in the hospital. What if he was black and just a guy? Trump comes out, Noem comes out, Vance comes out. Oh, we were so worried about him. Thank God he's okay. And she is a domestic terrorist. And this is how we're going to deal with domestic terrorists. Well, I got news for you. If anybody listens to this at all, in their minds, anybody who doesn't approve of everything Trump's doing, everything that Trump's doing, to make it an all-white society and keep other people under the thumb and expand our territories to the entire Western Hemisphere, if you don't like that, in their minds, you are a domestic terrorist, okay? Because you disagree. Now, to get back to the orders thing, to be honest, I would say that about a policeman if they were real police, because real police know how to calm down a bad situation. ICE only knows how to escalate. Police can de-escalate. Police are trained on what to do with their firearms. One man said that you have to be accountable for every bullet that you fire. Every bullet. If you fire 8 bullets, you have to be accountable for each one of those 8. Not just one. They also have rules about firing into moving cars. ICE follows none of these regulations, and they make murderers out to be patriots, okay? Most people in the United States think of ICE as a rogue agency of Proud Boys, or people who just want to shoot guns and beat up people and break up families, and they're actually getting a kick out of it. I cannot believe the amount of Hispanics that they have in ICE. I never thought that the military and the police, and even immigration, would follow Donald Trump down to the last crazy order of his. And that is a disappointment in the American people that, even if I was half my age, I don't think I'd ever get over. Because the capability is always there for them to start that. I don't trust them, and by extension, I don't trust the American people. Please leave your comments below. And if you just say, oh, she was a domestic terrorist, please back that up with something. Or you have to listen to the police. You know one person who didn't listen to the police? Ashley Babbitt did not listen to the Capitol Police. She was shot and she was killed. And for that, Donald Trump gave her family millions of dollars in taxpayer money. So this woman, I can't remember her first name. I think it was Renee Good. Is her last name? She has to listen. But Ashley Babbitt didn't. What is the difference in that? Ashley Babbitt was there to try to illegally keep President Trump in office. This woman was just trying to get the hell out of there. That's the difference. This has been Coping with Donald in an increasingly crazy world where we're unable to cope. As we continue past fascism, possibly towards Nazi extremism. Or, as they say here, to not get censored, schmatzy, but I don't think enough people listen to me. Have a good day.